started.
All right. Let me hear this from you.
Oh, let me see where you left off.
I'll just start with a new prompt.
Go ahead.
His ideal landing spot would be Washington
Yeah, that was a new prompt.
All right. Top 5 sports cities in America based on culture, winning, culture, championships, and value to the city overall.
Ooh, value to the city overall kind of changes it, doesn't it?
Huh?
Value to the city overall kind of changes it, doesn't it?
Not necessarily monetary value. It's like the Cowboys would be the most valuable, but I'm like most beloved to their
LeBron
city.
James saved Cleveland's economy. I guess I go New York, one. I think. Yeah.
In terms of what do
All
they
those
have?
things?
Championships?
Oh,
what are
value to the city? Yes.
Well, when's the last time
Knicks?
New York won a championship?
I don't think it matters. They have the most championships of any sports city of all time.
They have the most teams
Are we arguing
by
this?
any.
Are we arguing this?
Do they have the most teams for any city?
Yes. But are we really arguing?
What about championships per team? Are they top 5?
Are they
top 5?
If we were to average the championship team, I don't think they are. But I mean, overall, dude, come on, New York Yankees are the best sports franchise. Period.
I think the Canadians are ahead of them.
Okay, they have more than 27. You think?
I think they have. I'll look.
Yeah, I don't think they have more than 27.
I think they have 29.
Maybe they do. I don't know, but are we talking in America or are we talking in general?
North American sports.
Yeah, if you want to go Canadians, I'll hear you. But I'm going to go New York. If you want to go, where are the Canadians based?
Montreal.
Yeah, if you want to go Montreal, I'll fucking, I guess you have a point. But, I mean, New York has 27, plus the Knicks have 2, plus the Jets have 1. That's 30. The Giants have, 3? That's 33. I don't think any team has more.
Giants have 4.
What?
Giants have 4.
Yeah, so that's 34. I don't think, yeah.
So the Knicks have...
The Mets have, 2? That's another 30. That's 35. 36. I don't think we're going anywhere with that, to be honest with you. I don't think...
This is counting the MLS. No one cares about the MLS.
I don't think we're going to move off of that. Yeah, no. No. Sorry, no. I go New York 1, LA 2.
Canadians have 24, so they have less.
Chicago 3, probably.
I feel like you're forgetting someone.
No, Boston 3. Chicago 4. Chicago 4. Boston 3. Chicago 4. Just because football and basketball, really. Not really baseball.
The Red Sox are third all time in World Series. The Bruins, I think, are third all time in
basketball. In basketball, they're first all time. In football, they're what? First all time? Yeah. So really, football and basketball.
Red Sox are 3. Bruins are 3.
What?
The Red Sox are 3. The Bruins are 3.
Yeah, I said. Yeah, football and basketball.
Well, what other city has top 3?
Football and basketball, they're 1-1. So yes, mainly off football and basketball.
What other city is top 3 in every category?
I have no problem with that. I have no issue with that. I'm just saying, LA has the Dodgers, who are what, second?
I think.
Or third? No, third. Third, probably.
Are the Cardinals too?
No.
I'll Google best sports city in America.
I guarantee you LA is probably at least 3. I guarantee if you Google best sports cities in America, LA is at least 3.
Do you want me to give you the World Series list or the best?
Knicks are coming back. LA is 3. I'd probably go for me.
World Series wins: Yankees 1, Cardinals 2, Red Sox, and A's are tied for 3.
Yeah, but we don't think St. Louis is a top sports city, do we?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
You want me to give you the Bleacher Report, Yahoo, Reddit? What website do you want?
Pick one. I don't care.
I'll do Bleacher Report because that's the most established of the three.
Okay.
You want me to go from 25 to 1 or 1 to 25?
Do what feels right.
So 25 is DC.
Okay.
24 is Vegas. I guess I don't want to offend anyone, but they're heavily counting WNBA rings.
You don't think WNBA rings matter as much as NBA rings?
We're talking about the big four. The WNBA.
You don't think WNBA matters as much as the NBA?
No.
It's all good.
All right. So, as a New York Jets fan, where do the New York Jets go from here?
It's a good question.
Because you don't think you're in win now mode anymore.
Rodgers isn't retiring, unfortunately.
We'll do two hypotheticals. One, Rodgers stays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think you can cut him or trade him.
No.
Because you need to extend guys.
Can't cut him. Too much of a gap, I think.
I don't think anyone trades for him.
Mm-mm.
Unless you give up a first.
No one's going to buy it out either.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, where do we go from here?
If he plays another year?
Yeah. It's tough for sure. Garrett obviously issued his problem with Aaron Rodgers.
He said word for word, he doesn't.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just listening to what that noise is.
Laundry machine, I'm sure.
That shouldn't be that loud.
True.
It's probably some vacuum upstairs. But back to it.
I don't think they can hear that.
Yeah, no. I'm more just curiosity speaking.
Yeah.
If Rodgers comes back,
mm-hmm.
do you bench him?
You can't bench him.
So if Garrett Wilson sits out, what do? You gotta stiff arm from Garrett Wilson or paying Rodgers on the money you owe him until 2026, 2027?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Rodgers is a serious problem for sure. Not because he's bad, just because he's not what he once was.
You can't win a Super Bowl with him anymore.
No, I don't think so. Not with the team we have right now, which is a very talented team. But I don't know. If we had great coaching, I think we could probably win a Super Bowl with him.
I don't know if coaching can. I don't know if a defensive-minded coach can.
We had Shanahan.
Yeah, I'm talking about you have Aaron Glenn now. I don't know if a defensive-minded head coach can cover his age and his lack of mobility.
I hear you. I do. I don't think that's true.
Because I think it's possible, like, if Brock Purdy was a few plays away from winning a Super Bowl and a few no calls away from
Super Bowl this year?
Could have?
Yes. I think so.
Depending on who would have come out of the AFC, yes.
I think he was good enough.
I think he was good enough, but I don't think Rodgers is anywhere near Stafford.
I think he's just as good. Yeah, I think so.
Well, that makes one of $330 million in America.
Coaching matters a lot. I think you're undermining how bad.
But you have a defensive-minded head coach. Mm-hmm. You don't have Sean McVay. You have Aaron Glenn.
I do. Yeah.
And as I don't know enough about Aaron Glenn, but he's not an offensive genius.
No, by no means.
So I don't know if he can. I don't know if he has the offense. I mean, depends. Did you hire an offensive coordinator yet?
No, not yet.
I don't know who comes in, but I don't know who's going to be able to mask that. And let's say if he plays and Garrett Wilson stiff arms you or strong arms you into trading him, mm-hmm. What do you do from there? Because you can't cut the guy, because then you can't extend Sauce.
Yeah.
Or Breece Hall. Yeah. So you have to trade Garrett Wilson, or else you're having a guy sitting and doing nothing.
I hear you on that front. I do. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. So currently we have not hired a GM.
I think you did.
Did we? Oh yeah, the who was it? Jaguar? No.
Double check.
Chiefs GM maybe. I think.
No, Chiefs GM went to Tennessee. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a GM.
Yeah, we do. Darren Mogi.
Where do you come from?
Let's check. Let's check real quick.
Denver?
Denver, yeah. Denver. So currently we have a GM. I don't know.
Or in the hypothetical, he says he wants to play another year.
I don't know Darren Mogey's tendencies. I don't. Um, Garrett Wilson, I think, is more expressing his displeasure than he is really wanting to be traded.
I agree with you.
Okay, so let's assume we keep Garrett
Yeah.
for the sake of this argument. Okay.
So, but with this, you're not bad enough to get the first overall pick. I mean, you could be, but I don't think you are.
Probably not. No.
I think you're closer to the first overall pick than you are to the playoffs. Or at least you're halfway in the you're in between.
Coming year that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't. We're halfway in between.
You're halfway in between.
Yeah. I don't think we're close.
So what do you between being stuck in between a wild?
I think
I'm only saying that because of the Bengals.
I think next year we're the second best team in the AFC East.
Do you think you're gonna hop the Dolphins, or you think the Bills are gonna?
I think we're gonna hop the Dolphins.
So let's say you are.
I think the Bills will win the AFC East next year. I think we're gonna hop the Dolphins.
So you think you're gonna be Bengals ahead of them or below them?
Below them, I think.
Steelers?
Below them, I think.
And then it'd be the Browns will probably be ahead of. Dolphins, you already expressed you're going to be ahead of.
Mm-hmm.
Jags.
I think any team in the AFC South, I think we're probably going to be ahead of.
And then the West. I think Chargers, Broncos, or Raiders.
I think we're an 8 and 9 team next year.
And miss the playoffs.
Yes.
So you're not good enough to get an elite quarterback unless you trade up.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not bad enough to get you're not bad enough to get an elite quarterback. You're not good enough to make the playoffs.
I agree. Yeah, I think that's probably where we end up at. Yeah.
So where would you target it? At that point, if Rodgers contemplating retirement now, I can't imagine he's seriously considering playing 2 more years. Yeah. So at that point, you're not good enough to, let's say, get Arch.
Yeah.
But you're not. So you go to free agency, and good quarterbacks don't come around in free agency. We know that.
Not very often, no. It's rare.
So where do we address that? Or where do you address
quarterback issue?
That? Yeah.
I mean, I think when we're ready to move on from Rodgers, because he's not retiring, if we're being honest, I think we then go to Jordan Travis, see what he has, probably for a full year, I think.
All right.
And then if he's bad, we'll be bad enough to draft a quarterback. And if we're good, then there's no problem.
Hypothetical number 2. Aaron Rodgers does retire. You have Tyrod Taylor, assuming he's still under contract. I'm not sure he is. I think he is.
I'm not sure, but I think he
is. So let's say you have Tyrod Taylor and Jordan Travis in the quarterback room next year. No Aaron Rodgers.
Sure. Yeah.
Are you in a bad enough spot to get Arch?
No.
I don't think you are either. So you don't think it's worth targeting Sam Darnold again, do you? I think that'd be a disaster in its own.
I don't know what he has in terms of free agency opportunities. I don't know what he's got.
You wouldn't want him though, no?
I don't mind him.
I don't think he'd be a good deal better, if not any better than what Aaron Rodgers was this year.
I agree with that. I think the first step is addressing the coaching, which you've done well so far.
So far, yeah, I agree
think
with
it's important.
You couldn't have landed a better head coach.
No, not reasonably. I mean,
well, from what we know, at least.
Not reasonably.
Yeah, from what we know, I think Aaron Glenn's better for you guys than Ben Johnson would be.
Yeah, I don't think Ben Johnson was ever going to come to.
No, yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you got the best realistic
opportunity. Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think first step was adjusting the coaching. I think it's important to see how Aaron Glenn hires and how we develop from that.
Did he hire anyone yet?
I don't think so. I feel like I would have heard.
You can double check that.
Yeah, I will. But
I don't know. If he did, I would like to talk about it.
Yeah. Let's check. Let us check.
School Jets coaching staff.
Hit and run.
Because most head coaches already did.
Tanner and Groston, Steve Wilkes, who we know as the defensive coordinator for the Jets,
and your OC,
and Chris Banjo.
Is that's your OC?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Google Jets coaching staff. Anyone?
Tanner Engreston. That's the guy who's our offensive coordinator.
Where do you come from?
Let's check.
Is he the receivers coach?
Yes, he's
He's
the passing game coordinator.
Passing game coordinator. All right.
Yeah.
So, you have your
Can't be worse.
you have
than
your coach.
Hackett.
No, it'd be hard for him to be. But so let's say Rodgers retires.
Yep.
You don't have a quarterback going next year besides Tyrod and
Jordan Travis.
Do you want to tank or do you want to target Sam Darnold or Russell Wilson?
I like to tank, but we probably won't tank.
You don't. You want to tank, but Sauce and Garrett wouldn't want to tank.
That's true.
And you wouldn't. I don't think you want to roll the dice of pissing those guys off.
I think it's real possible that Rodgers leads us to the postseason next year. I think it's a real possibility. Yeah. I think the Broncos will take a step back before they go forward. I think the Chargers will take a step back before they go forward as well. Do you disagree with that? Maybe not the Chargers as much, but the Broncos will definitely take another step back before they go forward.
They have a lot of money this year.
What are you going to sign?
I don't know. They can sign people. I don't know if they will, but they have a lot of money.
When's the last time Sean Payton made a big splash free agency? Can't think of one.
But you guys can't make a big. So you're gonna run it back with the current roster?
Yeah. And with better coaching, I think that's a much.
Would you go
better
4-13?
6-11.
6-11.
6-11, I believe. Yeah, I think you're underestimating the power of coaching.
I think you're overestimating the power of
coaching.
No, I think you're overestimating the power of
coaching.
41-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not putting that on him. I'm saying I think coaching wise, it's a lot better.
How are you gonna fix the offensive line?
I think offensive line is a lot of coaching too.
So you think your problems could go away with a good coach? You think Salo was bad enough to the point, or Olbrook was bad enough to the point where you think if you had a good coach that could have changed 5 games?
3 at least.
3, 9, and 8 would have made you?
Mm-hmm.
And the Broncos were?
I said what, 8 and 9?
You said 8 and 9, but 8 and 9, I don't think 8 and 9 is good enough to make the playoffs next year.
Might be.
The Bengals?
I think the Bengals will be the only good team that's a wild card. I think the Bengals and
Chargers.
I think the Chargers and the Broncos will take a step back before they go forward.
Bengals and Chargers?
No, Chargers and Broncos. I think they both go backwards for forwards.
Yeah, I mean, I hope for your mental stability you're right.
I think I'm right.
I have a very hard time imagining Aaron Rodgers leading the New York Jets to the playoffs.
Yeah, no.
I mean, maybe that's just me.
No, I know. I hear you on that. I have a hard time imagining it too, but I see.
But all right, even that. So they make the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Let's say you mess around and you win a playoff game.
I don't see that happen.
So you lose in the wild card round.
I think so.
So now you have a 42-year-old quarterback.
Yep.
A bad draft pick.
Yeah.
And where do you go from there? And all these people, all Garrett, Sauce, and Brees are now, assuming somehow, some way you retain all of them, are now going to hit the books with their money.
Yeah, I think that's a tougher question. I don't know where we find a quarterback after that, to be honest with you. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's tougher. I think it's a tougher question. I think it's the right question to ask. I'm not sure. But I think that's a better question to ask. I don't think next year we're not going to be a 3-win team.
I don't disagree with you. I think you could theoretically be better than you.
So between a 7-win team,
I think you'd be theoretically better than you were last year.
So between a 7-win team and a 9-win team, what's the difference in draft pick, really, in terms of getting a quarterback?
That could be 6 picks, which is huge for drafting a quarterback.
Sure, but who are we getting? What guy?
I'm not familiar enough with next year's draft class.
It doesn't matter. We're not going to get a guy who's a starter in the National Football League.
You need
so
where are you going to find this guy? You don't want to be stuck in purgatory, do you?
I don't know, but it's a place I'm not unfamiliar with. You know what I mean? Like
Jets haven't been stuck in purgatory.
You mean
they've been stuck in
team?
Purgatory's like in the NFL. It's wild card and like I'd say the Steelers are purgatory.
So what's worse, being stuck in purgatory or being stuck in being a bad team?
Being in purgatory, because bad team, at least you have the chance of moving forward.
With the Jets, you think that's true? Would you rather be the Jets or be stuck in purgatory?
You mean Jets or Steelers, let's say?
The Jets over the past 5 years or the Steelers over the past 5 years? You know the answer, I think. I think you do. Purgatory sucks, don't get me wrong.
No, I'm just considering it from a few perspectives.
The
Steelers, I believe the Steelers are a quarterback and maybe a wide receiver away from competing. The Jets, I feel like they're more away from that, but...
More than a quarterback, you think?
The Jets?
Yeah, more than a quarterback and a good coach.
I think your defensive line and your offensive line needs serious help.
Our defensive line, you think?
Your run game?
Needs serious help?
Besides Quentin Williams...
We need a second defensive tackle for sure.
Second edge rusher, too.
You can get that in a second edge rusher? You think? Besides Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson. I think there's teams in the playoffs with worse 2 edge rushers.
I hear that.
There were.
Would you agree your run game was an issue this year?
Defensively or offensively?
Defensively.
Yes.
How are we going to address defensive line in general?
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. No, I don't agree with that.
So, where are you going to target that linebacker and second defensive tackle?
Second defensive tackle and coaching mostly. Yeah.
I think you're overestimating coaching.
I don't think I am. I think you're underestimating coaching.
And then offensive line. I think every single one of your 5 offensive linemen can improve. I think you can find upgrades easily.
I don't disagree with that, yeah. I don't disagree with that.
They're really letting this guy go to the line like crazy.
We're making a comeback here.
But, yeah, I think it's hard to say because I'd rather be the Steelers, but it's hard to, exclude, things like Woody Johnson being generationally dysfunctional.
For sure.
Unfortunately, as bad as it sounds, as long as Woody Johnson is well alive and breathing, assuming he maintains ownership of the Jets, I have a hard time imagining the Jets being successful. Yeah, but the thing is, it might be worse when Brick comes in charge.
Yeah.
When you're going to have a 19-year-old with no college education going through Madden playing franchise mode.
That would be tough. That would be tough for sure.
I mean,
we're still in this game.
You need to sell the team.
Yeah, for sure. It's rough. The whole Jet situation is rough.
12 free throw points. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Doesn't play defense and just gets free throw shots.
You're just a hater. Call it. Give us a goodbye, because I'm about to go to sleep. I'm so tired. Give us a goodbye.
Goodbye.
No, come on, more than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Off the Bench podcast for you.
I'm going to do a signing off.
Nolan, 22 years in service. Walmart signing off.